What is up? It's the next day. After I had dinner last night, I met up with the owner of the apartment I'm staying at. He had some other backpackers with him and he was showing them around. We ended up going to the Jabbar Al Ahmad Cultural Center and there was a fountain show. So we watched that. I'll put a video of that here now. After the fountain show, we went to the Kuwaiti Towers again, then back to the apartment. I walked about 13 miles yesterday in 100 to 115 degrees, so today I decided to do something indoors and I came to the Avenues Mall. Somebody staying at the apartment from the USA rented a car and he was coming in this direction anyway, so he gave me a ride and I'm here now, so let's check out the Avenues Mall. This is the room I'm staying in. It's an Airbnb and there's a couple rooms like this that have 2 beds. So this is actually a shared room, but there's nobody in the other bed right now. This is my bed. And I paid $30 US a night. There is a bathroom and a common area, but it's not too bad because everything else in town is really expensive. So this will do. The owner actually picked me up from the airport and I paid him 7 dinar, which is about 23 US. It made it really easy because, you know, I didn't have to actually find the place. I knew exactly where I was going. So not too bad. Texas Roadhouse, Cheesecake Factory, some cookies, I noticed there are a ton of coffee places, a lot of Starbucks and other coffee brands, and a lot of McDonald's all around town. This mall is huge. So right here, it's a touch screen. You pull it out, see how big it is. Kind of looks like a map of Manhattan. And if you touch a store, it'll tell you how far the store is and how long the walk is. So let's try something all the way up here. 700 meters, 9-minute walk. .600 meters, 8-minute walk in the other direction. It says this is the Grand Plaza. Interesting ceiling. Food World. Another Starbucks over there. That's the 4th or 5th one I've seen in the mall. It's a big mall. There's a lot of side roads to go down. We got Prada, Louis Vuitton, Chanel. This seems to be kind of the luxury aisle here. Dolce & Gabbana. This was a cool ceiling. If I remember correctly, they actually have 2 of these. in the mall. They light up the ceiling at night. I was sitting on a bench and a man came and sat next to me and started talking to me. He is from India. He works here as a driver. He was actually in the mall because the person he works for was shopping. He said he had been here for about 5 or 6 hours waiting for her to call him to come and get her. He works 6 days a week for 2 consecutive years. He now gets 2 months off. He said tonight was his last night and he's going to fly home to India. So for every year he works, he gets 1 month off. And after this 2 months off, he's going to fly back here and work another 2 years. 6 days a week, and he gets paid $500 US a month, 160 KD. But he says that there's no way he'd be able to make that much money at home. So he does it here, and then he sends the money home because everything is covered here, his food and his accommodations. So he doesn't really need any money here. It seems like a lot of work for not very much money. $500 a month, or $125 a week. And to have to work for 2 years to be able to go home for a short amount of time. It seems like an awful lot of work and time to only get $500 a week. But it just shows you that everywhere in the world is a little bit different, and to be happy. I walked around the mall for a couple hours, then I got a bus back to my apartment. The next morning I was going to the airport, grabbed a bus. The bus did not take me to where I thought it was going to take me, and I got dropped off in an area that looked like it was bombed out from a war. I was able to get a taxi as I was only about 5 minutes away from the airport at that point, but just an interesting story. A few facts about Kuwait. 1, the word Kuwait means fort or fortress near the water. 2, there's no income taxes in Kuwait. The only taxes charged to corporations, and that is a 15% flat fee. 3, they have the highest currency value in the world. And 4, out of the 4.5 million people that live in Kuwait, 3 million of them are foreigners. My opinion of Kuwait: I found it very expensive. I thought the people were very kind and sincere. Thought it was a nice city. I didn't see the rest of the country, only the city of Kuwait City. I did not feel uncomfortable or unsafe anywhere. Overall, I felt very safe. Could walk anywhere if you wanted. Everything seems very organized. Of course, you have to deal with the extreme heat if you go in the summer like I did. I felt 2 days was enough to explore the city. There are some museums. I didn't go to them all. I didn't actually go to any museums there. And there were a lot of malls. I went to one mall. So you have to decide how much of that you would actually want to do. Would I go back? I would go back if it made sense based on my travels logistically. I don't think I'd make it a destination unless I plan to leave the city and do something in the desert or some kind of other activity that was outside the city. I don't think I would make a trip just to go back to the city. Thanks for watching this video on Kuwait, and stay tuned for the next video for my next destination.